Da 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 dun dun dun.
Da da da.
Da 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 dun 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 dun.
Da 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 da.
Da 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 dun dun dun. Ghostbusters! What's up, everybody? Ultimate Movie Survival Cod Podcast, and today we are doing Ghostbusters. Steak Puff Marshmallow Man, guys running around with lasers on their backs. What do you guys remember of this movie? Come on, let's pour it on extra deep, extra thick today, guys. Ghostbusters. The Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, he's coming through New York. These guys are running around with laser packs on them. They're shooting lasers. You're just up there like a tourist, taking pictures. Never been to New York before. What are you doing? Are you running? Are you living? Are you dying or fighting or surviving, Steve?
I've been looking for survival ASAP. I'd also be looking for the biggest gun I could get my hands on.
Big bazooka, huh? What are you doing, Chris? Are you running? Are you fighting? Are you going to join the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man?
No. He's marshmallow, right? So he's marshmallow. I find a flamethrower.
Ooh.
I fight.
Tell us more.
Man, that's a sticky wicket.
Yeah. I find a flamethrower and seemed like that would, cut him down to size.
And you're just going to roast him?
Yeah.
Wow, that's really... That
You
took
gotta
a...
flood the streets with marshmallow cream.
Bring the graham crackers.
Bring the graham crackers and hot chocolate.
Right?
Yeah. Hey, we got dessert all week long down
The
here.
Marshmallow Man's going down in Chris's scenario.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, I didn't even think of a. Yeah, I was thinking maybe more of a snowblower.
Oh, turn into a buffet. He's got the best idea of all.
So, Chris, you're fighting, you're torching him down, and you're surviving.
Yes, sir.
What about you, Steve? Are you running from Stay Puft Marshmallow Man and the Ghostbusters? Are you picking up guns? Are you torching?
You know, the oldest saying in the world is you can't beat them, join them. But I think if I could find a way inside the Marshmallow Man to his inner workings, otherwise you're gone.
I think, Chris's idea is probably the best. I don't know where in the middle of New York you're just going to find a store selling Elon Musk flamethrowers, but should you just so happen to have one in the trunk of your car, or mocktail cocktails or something like that could work.
Yeah.
If there's like a bar, you could throw that and that would catch him on fire and melt him down. Or you're pretty much going to have to flee because, buildings would be crumbling. I imagine it would be like a small earthquake every time he walks.
Right. Debris falling.
And
Hey,
what about the
it
guys
takes
that
up
are
a lot of space?
What about the guys that are running around with the backpacks with the proton packs that are trying to capture him? Is this going to freak you out, or is this something that you think you've seen before, Steve, and you'd be okay with?
I'd be okay with keeping my distance from it.
Chris, they're running around shooting these laser packs and looking like they just got out of a laser tag. What are you doing?
I'm with Steve. I'm going to keep my distance and hope for the best.
Too random.
And if you did make s'mores out of the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man and he's melting and ate him, I wonder if you would become like possessed because, it's like a spirit entity or something. And, it's made out of like a ghost and bad powers. So I wonder if that would like absorb into your body and possess you.
Hey, anything's possible.
Man, that'd be a mean brownie,
Wouldn't
wouldn't
that be crazy? And then your eyes go white. You're like,
You start turning into marshmallow.
yeah, marshmallow zombie.
That's awesome. Sticky but awesome.
Chris, you've seen a lot of movies. Tell us.
Are you still looking for brains at that point?
Well, I mean, imagine we're going to start at the feet, and he'd be like hundreds of feet tall. And, so we'd be like melting off his leg.
Right.
And then he'd try to fall over. I don't think he would take it very well, though.
Not at all.
What about, Chris, do you believe in like witchcrafts and like the voodoos and stuff like that? And the poltergeists?
Yeah, sure.
You ever seen one?
No, I haven't.
Do you want to see one?
Sure.
Well, you heard it first. Chris wants to see one. Hopefully somebody out there will be like, hey, little message on the podcast where we can go and you can see that. What about you? Do you believe in ghosts and poltergeists, Steve?
Absolutely.
Have you ever seen one?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
You're going to have to tell us about that sometime. I believe in them. I definitely believe that something's out there. Maybe some people die and they don't pass on to their next life all the way and they're like trapped in the in-between. So when Ghostbusters first came out, 84, I was only a wee lad back then. You were in your teens or something like that, Steve. Weren't you? Probably weren't that? Didn't that come out in the movie theaters when you were
Yeah,
a young lad?
I was in my 20s, late 20s. But
What
close.
did you think when Ghostbusters first came out? Did you go and see it?
Oh, absolutely. I was like first in line. I probably saw that at least twice the first month.
Did that change things when that time was? Was that like one of the newest up and coming awesome movies?
Well, that was one of the more spectacular special effects things that anyone had done. I mean, unlike anything else.
Chris, it took me years, I guess, before I finally got to watch it and enjoy it. What about you?
Yeah, I was like in my teens, you know, when I finally saw it, you know, because we lived out in the country. There was no movie stores out where we lived, you know, or we didn't have cable out where we lived, so it took me a few years to actually see it, and when I saw it, it was just, it was sci-fi, and I'm a sci-fi nerd.
Mind-boggling. That's the word you're looking for. Just mind-boggling.
Yeah, that's one word I could describe.
So, Chris, for our listeners out there, what advice would you give them listening for if they're in a scenario for Ghostbusters, if they're like visiting New York and the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man or something like that was to come out and smashing down through the city? What would you give our listeners advice for survival?
Fight, and find the flamethrower. Yeah, find the flamethrower. Make bombs like that can flame, like napalm maybe.
And try to melt the Marshmallow Man down.
Right.
Steve, what advice do you have for our listeners out there to survive an invasion of the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man?
Build a giant mirror. Focus all the rays of the sun on him and melt him the natural way.
I think you're gonna have to, like, you know, definitely go with the fire way. You know what I mean? Make sure your like family's protected, and then you're gonna have to melt him somehow. And then if that doesn't work, I really don't know. Hope Godzilla comes through and eats him.
Right.
There you go.
What was your favorite parts of the Ghostbuster movies, Chris? Name a couple.
I guess all the lines, you know, the script from the lines. There's a lot of zingers throughout the movie, you know. And the actors themselves, there's a great crew of actors there. And let me see about. To me, it's a sci-fi. It's a classic. I like all things nerdy, so.
You got a couple of favorites of the Ghostbusters movies and series there, Steve, you like to share?
I really like the cool equipment they made up on the fly. I mean, the cool car, the cool guns, and just the equipment was really well done.
I love the concept of the proton packs and how
yes.
they have the little traps that they throw out, and then it opens it up, and then it would like traps them into it, and then it closes, and then they can put them into the big box. I think that was a really great concept.
Oh, yeah.
If there's a lot of ghosts and entities out there, them guys would be busy.
All right.
Yes, they would.
You know, there's always, who you going to call? Ghostbusters, right and left. Like, because there would be so many people, especially in a busy place like New York or any kind of major city like that.
Anywhere in the world at any point in time.
Would you guys join, Chris? Would you join the Ghostbusters if they were recruiting?
Yeah, why not? Let's send
If
some.
they're paid well, absolutely.
Let's send some of these ghosts back home.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you would fill out the
Send-
resume and go from the application?
And I'd come at it from the point of let's set them free, you know. Let's be nice to them, and because they're here and probably like limbo, I would think, you know. So let's send them back to where they should be, you know, where they can be happy.
Have you ever, so you haven't seen any ghosts, but have you ever wanted to go out, you want to do some ghost hunting sometime?
Yeah, at some point, yeah.
Yeah, I think
love to.
21 would be a great year to do some ghost hunting. We should try that out.
Definitely.
This movie is really great. I recommend everybody to watch it. And even if you've seen it, rewatch them in the sequences. We got lots of time. You know, watch them all in order, and get out there and, you know, really live it back up, and give your kids especially a chance to relive the Ghostbuster time, because a lot of them haven't even seen it, don't even know what it's about. Steve, you got anything? If you were going to survive this and you were going to come through the Ghostbusters and then they were offering to hire, looking for people. Would you fill out the application when work and be a Ghostbuster?
Be right on top of it.
Be right on top of it. I think you're a handyman. You probably would be a good asset for the team.
I'm sure I would hold up my end of the bargain quite well. That'd be fun.
I love the Ghostbusters. I hope everybody relives it and watches it and asks themselves how they would survive that.
Right?
Chris, when you were watching the Ghostbusters as a kid, did you get scared at some of them scenes where like they were taking over people and just coming through like Slimer? Like how we would just go through walls and just slime everybody?
No, because I came across that more comedic, right?
Yeah.
And I think the most part that scared me was the painting. You know, the entity that was in the painting.
That guy did not play around.
No.
He was bad one. He was good. He was a beast.
All right. I can't remember his name. I want to say Zulu, but I'm probably wrong.
He meant business. Never would have thought that a painting would be so powerful.
All right.
Have you ever looked at a painting after seeing that and wonder if it's a spirit or a ghost?
No, it's because no. Well, yeah, because there's other movies that actually deal with that. You know, other horror movies that deal. Excuse me, that deal with that. You know, if there's entities in the painting, you know, because it can. You know, I think a spirit could attach itself to a painting.
Have you ever gone ghost hunting, Steve? Out with a group of people and looked for one?
We have gone out on the back roads in various famous spots over the years, pretty much for a bust. But yeah, we've done that kind of things. There's always some road with a haunt or some mailbox you drive by at the right time of night. Done several of those. Didn't work yet.
So for listeners, Steve, what advice would you give them if they were surviving the Ghostbusters?
Stock up on everything and hide.
Chris, our listeners, how do they survive the Ghostbusters?
Buy graham crackers and chocolate and bowls.
And when in doubt, always know where a flamethrower is. Chris, you got anything in closing to tell everybody?
Enjoy this movie. Enjoy the second one. And like you said earlier, you know, we got plenty of time. Sit back and enjoy them.
And let us know what you think. Steve, you got anything in closing on the Ghostbusters for our listeners and viewers out there?
You'll love it every time you see it. See it again soon, just as a reminder.
Guys, it's a classic. Love it. I hope you enjoyed listening to it. I hope it encourages you to watch it again. Get the whole series. Have them on Blu-ray. Find them on VHS. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Thank you guys for tuning in. Like us and follow us on Podbean. And as always, peace and love.
Peace. Thank you.
Peace out.